Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Really, really, really excited about what we are getting ready to journey into together. You know, we've spent a lot of time working on reawakening and practicing our innate wild wisdom tools that are within us, that the wild Mustangs so generously guide us to connect with. And we've practiced aware, and we've practiced feeling. We've practiced really holding on to certain feelings, and also how to release and let go other feelings. We've practiced becoming aware of the stories that create the feelings. And we're going to take all these tools that we've been working on. We're going to continue to flex our muscles as we continue to work on these tools, because it's not like we ever just get to a point where, poof, it's like mastered and it's done and we don't need to practice anymore. So we're going to continue to practice, but we're going to take these tools and we're going to start to use them in the next stage of our journey. This is really an exciting part for me. I just thought I had a fly. And this is about connecting with an old friend who is also very, very young. This old friend lives within you. This friend is very close to you. This friend is perhaps one of your closest clues to who you really were before the world told you who to be. And it's such a powerful statement. And some of us may hear that and they may think, oh yeah, I know what that felt like. I know who that was. I know who that is. And some of us may think, I don't think I can remember a time before the world was telling me who to be. I don't think I can even remember that self, that friend. Or you may be somewhere in between. Regardless of where you are, the Wild Mustangs are going to be able to help guide you on this journey of rekindling a relationship with this dear old young friend. Your child, I am. It's exciting, isn't it? So as we begin this journey, we're going to do it a little differently than kind of how we have practiced material in the past. As I told you, as we began this course, there's so many ways that these amazing Wild Mustang guides can support us on this path of reawakening and uncovering our authentic self. And we've used some of those tools, we've tapped into some of those ways, and we're going to tap into yet another way that they have to help us. Okay? And for this, I really want to ask you, from my heart to yours, to really try to have an open mind, an open heart about this. There may be some of you that it just feels so natural, to move into this. And there may be some that this just feels like kind of crazy, kind of wacky, kind of odd, and not natural at all. And either way is entirely okay. And no matter which perspective you're coming from, you're going to be able to benefit from this. So all I'm asking is for you to have an open mind, an open heart as we move into the experience that we're going to share in together. Now, many of you have connections with horses of your own. Some of you may also, the Wild Mustangs, the Wild Mustang guides may be your kind of first connection with a horse. And the wonderful thing is that for every person, whether you have a horse in your backyard or whether you have a horse in your heart, you're going to be able to benefit from their support. And what it is we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting you. You are going to be connecting with your heart horse, okay? And I want you to be really open to the heart horse that this may be for you, okay? It may be one of the Wild Mustang guides, Magic, that stands here grounding us together, creating this wonderful, spacious place for us to have this discussion and share these thoughts. She is so willing and so ready to share in this experience with you. And if you feel her calling to you, then she may be the guide. She may be your heart horse for this journey. It may be one of the other Mustangs, one of the other Wild Mustang guides that you have heard me talk about and that you see. It may be a horse that's from deep within your own heart. Maybe this is a horse you've never seen, you've never met in the flesh, but it just appears from within. Maybe this is a horse in your backyard. Maybe this is a horse that's been trying to speak to you for quite some time now. Maybe it's a horse from your past. Maybe it's a horse from your future. Just want you to be open. Be open to your heart horse, the horse that wants to come to you at this time in your journey and carry you however you need to be carried, be it on their strong back or walking beside you, to assist you to go back through time, to go back through those long, dusty roads that many of us have built up blocks like major construction signs, do not pass, do not go here. We have blocked ourselves off. This heart horse wants to help you travel through those blocks that you've created and reawaken, reconnect with that child I am. So I'm going to invite you on a visual guided experience that the Wild Mustang Guides and I have co-created specially for you. And I'm going to sit back and I just want you to experience this. Let this experience come to you however it shows up. Just be open, and try to go ahead and tap in to that childlike self. Try to release judgments. Try to release any self-limiting beliefs. Play along. Play along as if you're imagining it up, even if it's not even real. You're just going to make it up as you go, because that's what you do when you're a kid. You make it all up, and that's okay. It's supposed to be that way. Life is supposed to be a playground, a wonderful playground. So set yourself free and experience this with all the Mustangs, all the horses, and me. You can just make yourself comfortable in any way. Going to go to a share screen. And here we go. I would like to invite you to join me on a beautiful visualization. I invite you to sit down deep into the earth in this vast green meadow. As you feel your body sink deeply into the supportive ground below, tune in to your wild wisdom tools. Tune in to aware and feel all of your senses. Feel your senses ground you into this reality. This reality where the crickets are singing and the gentle breeze is blowing the little flowers of the meadow. Smell what those flowers smell like. Feel that breeze on your skin. Hear the chirping of all the life that surrounds you. And in this beautiful meadow, you are surrounded by many, many beautiful horses. They are of all colors, of all types. There are Mustangs. They're domestic horses. You may see a horse from your past. You may see a horse from your future. You may see a horse from your present. These horses are not limited by their physical bodies. Their physical bodies are just a blur. For their spirit moves far beyond the limitations of their flesh. Their spirit moves far beyond even this meadow. Their spirit moves all the way to you, wherever you are, wherever you may be. Their spirit knows, and their spirit can touch you right there. Allow your mind to be open to their vast spirit. Feel their limitless support. And see them gradually coming into focus for you. Who do you see? It may or may not Be a horse that you are seeing with your eyes open right now. It may be a heart horse you are seeing with your eyes closed. Don't look too hard to find him. Just be open to him finding you. She's with you right now. Close your eyes for a bit. And just feel what surrounds you. Feel the presence of your heart horse moving closer and closer to you. She may come up from behind, beside, in front of you, or perhaps she grows from within. Just be open and feel. As she moves in closer, allow yourself to feel her soft breath against the side of your cheek. Feel a gentle warmth reach out to you. And while keeping your human eyes closed, open your mind's eye and softly turn and face her. Allow herself to reveal herself to you. What do you see? You may see a very solid visual form, or you may see something much more faint. Perhaps it's more of a feeling than a visual at all. Perhaps it's a knowing. As you share space in this meadow with your heart horse, I invite you to open your heart and send your river of gratitude to the open heart of your heart horse. Feel her openly receiving your gratitude. Feel her embrace you and smile. feel her return this gratitude, this river of gratitude to your open heart. Feel that gratitude move within you. For your heart horse is so deeply appreciative to share this journey with you. This journey to reconnect with your authentic child, I am. As you sit and simply feel her presence, be aware that she is with you, supporting you at all times. This heart horse may be one of the wild Mustang guides. She may be another horse that you are deeply connected with. Perhaps a horse in your heart. Whomever she is, whomever he is, just be open to his support. Do not let your mind get stuck on the details. Even if you cannot see, even if you do not know what this heart horse looks like, just know that the presence is there. And feel that presence. And as you slowly, softly open your eyes, I want you to very gradually move back into the focused reality that we share. Witness the herd of support that is all around you. And as you witness this support, be aware of the presence of your personal heart horse that is still beside you, that is not left, and will remain beside you through this deeply authentic journey. Share a few deep exhales with me. I know for some of you, you may know right away who your heart horse is. And there may be some that there's a question mark still. That is so okay and expected. And it's just like our wild I am. We're not limited to only one. But there is one that wants to embrace this journey with you right now. There is one calling to you. I would love for you to do two different exercises as we move into this first week, really moving into the exploration of our child I am. One of those exercises is I would like for you to watch this guided visualization at least 2 more times. If you can do it more than that, that's fine. At least 2 more times. And after each time, including this one, I would love for you to document in your journal what you experienced. How did it feel? What sense of aware did you feel the most? What feelings came up for you? Did you feel your heart horse? Did you feel a presence? Did you not? Be honest with yourself. Be totally candid. There's nobody to lie to. You're talking to you, right? Be totally honest. Be open, release judgment, and just free write about what you feel as you experience this throughout the week. Now, the other exercise I have for you to do is a continuation of what we've been working on with our aware and feeling wild wisdom tools. The child I am, it is deeply connected. The discovery, the reconnection with the child I am is deeply connected with the things in our current life that are our triggers, our buttons, our pet peeves, so to speak. I really like the word button the best because I think of them as buttons that are on us, right? And when someone pushes our button, it infuriates us. I mean, oh my goodness, just the statement, you know, having your buttons pushed. I mean, that's like, everybody knows what that is. It's that feeling where, you know, someone has said something or done something and it has just set you off, right? And sometimes you think you know why. Sometimes you don't know why. Most of the time, you don't stop to think about it one way or the other. You just feel pissed off, right? And you just totally are absorbed with the feeling, and it takes you over, and you feel your blood just pump, and you know it's just dominates you. The feeling just dominates you. Well, I want you to recognize that in order for someone to push your button, the button has to first be on you, right? It's your button. It's not their button. No matter what they did, no matter what they said, no matter how hideous, disrespectful, absolutely shallow, and oh my gosh, how can you even operate from that place of just idiotness, right? I mean, that's a harsh word. It doesn't matter. It's your button, okay? There is no amount of anything that any other person could put out there or say to you, okay? There's nothing that they could do or say that could affect you personally if you did not have a button that they were actually pushing that was causing you to feel affected by it. So that's really important to be aware of. Now, the really exciting thing is that these buttons were placed upon us. Well, this might not be the exciting part, but I'm getting to the exciting part. These buttons were placed upon us at the very time in our development when the child I am was still awake, okay? Oftentimes that's why the buttons are developed, the triggers are put there. It's their ways of boxing us in, you know, of trying to take this unlimited, free-flowing, wild I am, child self, the child I am, that is the pure embodiment of your wild I am. And it's the attempt to take that formless, free-flowing creation and put it into a box, right? That has all these rules and parameters and lines and all that stuff. And as that box is created around us, buttons are created, triggers are created. And we typically go through life at the mercy of these buttons and triggers, trying desperately to avoid them, to not feel them, because it just feels so horrible. But the thing is, if we can do the opposite, all right, if you can tap into what you've already started to experience with your wild wisdom tools of aware and feeling, and if you can start to feel in to these emotions that these buttons create within you, you are going to be on such a wonderful, enlightening path to reawakening your child I am. Because those buttons are your clearest guides. I want you to see the release that's going on over here. Magic agrees. Those buttons are your guides. Your triggers are your guides to how you can reconnect with your child I am. So what I invite you to do throughout the next week is I want you to be aware, observe, okay? I want you to imagine that you and your heart horse are going to observe yourself over the next week, all right? Almost as if you have two selves, right? Okay, you have the self that's going to go through life. It's going to go to work. It's going to take care of your kids. It's going to, it's going to poop when it needs to poop. It's going to eat when it needs to eat. It's going to talk to people. It's going to not talk to people. It's going to do everything that it does. And you're going to let your little self go through life and do the things that it does. You're not going to get in its way. You're not going to tell it it's wrong or tell it it's right or anything. You're just going to observe. But you and your heart horse going to observe your own self as you move through your week. And you're going to observe, especially when your buttons get pushed. And when these buttons get pushed, I want you to really be aware, okay, that you are observing this from the outside in. Yes, you're still experiencing it from the inside out, okay? But instead of letting that feeling just take you over and dominate you and blind you, step outside of yourself a little bit. Get outside of yourself. Get in that self that's over there with your heart horse that's watching this unfold. And observe the situation. Think about it. Look at the story. Look at the story that caused that button to be pushed. What was it that happened, right? Think about that. And I want you to journal this stuff. Write about it. Write what happened and write the feelings that it caused. And now be aware of this too. Oftentimes, the feelings that come up first are not necessarily the root feeling. Many times rage and anger and frustration, those just like slap us in the face right away. But oftentimes, it's an emotion that is below that, under the surface of that, that's actually causing that frustration and anger. So don't just settle for that anger emotion. Reflect on this a little bit. Get in that safe space with your heart horse where you can observe yourself from the outside in, okay? And observe what's going on. Observe the story. Observe what it really is that you're feeling. Be honest. Remember, there's nobody to lie to but you. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with what it is you're truly feeling. And write this stuff down, right? Journal this stuff. This is going to be huge. I cannot even tell you how huge this is going to be. As we move into next week and we go into the next phase of this reconnection with your child I am, this part of it is going to be so powerful and so enlightening for you. And so I welcome you to truly embrace this process. Embrace your heart horse's support. know that you are not in this alone. I know that facing what sets off our buttons and our triggers is not something that any of us, want to choose to do. We spend our whole lives avoiding it, right? And here I am, you've done this course, and here I am telling you to face all this mess, right? This is not what we're wanting to hear. But it is going to open up the doors. It is like a direct connection. If you truly desire to reconnect with your child I am that is within you, no matter if you feel him or her within you or not, she is within you. If you truly want to reconnect with that child I am, and you want to do it in the most effective way possible, that actually will be very quick if you do this, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. So those two things, please do those two things for me. The one is do your visual guided experience to connect with your heart horse. Be open to that experience. If it feels unnatural to you, then play it out as if you are a little kid and you're just going to use your imagination and you're going to make it all up. Remember? Just feel into the experience. Write about it afterwards. And then as you go through your week, observe yourself. Merge with that support of that heart horse and observe yourself moving through your life, and look for those places that your buttons are pushed, and observe the story. Write down the story. Write down the feelings. And then we will meet again. Until then, blessings to you, and encouragement and peace from my heart, from Magic's heart, from all the Wild Mustang guides to you.